Yeah, we here.
Shout out to them Cowboys. We gonna pop it off right. Shout out to them boys with that dub this weekend. So we starting off right. Shout out to them boys.
Yeah,
Cowboys fans, if you in the comments, put the star emoji on there.
she had to make sure she highlighted the one win she got over the last week. Ooh.
Wow.
Hey, we starting early. I'm sorry. You asked me to be here. It's not my fault.
We Grand Slam, All Elite Kicks edition. Grand Slam.
AKA the Danielson pre-show, the Danielson pre-party.
Oh my God.
2 days.
Not, hey Ken. No, whatever.
Arthur Ashe, he about to take that title. We'll talk. No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna run your show. We could talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll get to it at some point, right? My bad.
Yeah. Welcome to All Elite with Keeks. I'm still grieving. Nola Champion Part 2. So I'm still upset. So I'm taking it out on Cal today.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. It ain't my fault. Sorry.
I'm taking it out on Cal today, y'all. I'm still grieving. I didn't get my little Champion Part 2. No little bit of the bubbly, nothing. So I'm upset. Hey, Drip.
Oh, God, this guy. That man. Shouts to Drip, White Noise.
Yes, make sure y'all tune into White Noise.
He recovering right now, laid up on the couch doing nothing.
Drip, I will take care of you, okay?
Uh-oh. Got to go back to the hospital. Shit. How you doing, Keeks?
I'm doing pretty good. I am feeling I got me some daiquiri. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better. It was a wild day today, but I'm all right.
It was a wild day today, wasn't it?
It was wild today. The wild Monday. I don't.
There's something
in micro braids.
They said Mercury's still in the microwave. That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's still in the it's still in the oven.
Jesus.
This is the week of Grand Slam. Arthur Ashe. To all my New Yorkers.
Danielson.
Y'all are lucky again. I don't know why he keep, y'all don't deserve it. It should have been in Dallas, but I keep it cute.
I should be there. I won't be, but I should be there. It wasn't in the cards. I didn't even think about it until just now. I should be there.
Right. CEO Danielson.
I'm gonna be home. The thing is, because I think they're in Jersey in November.
Yeah, they're going to Jersey. Yeah, y'all got that pay-per-view.
They got it's Full Gear in Jersey, right?
Yeah. Which should have been in Dallas, and I'm still mad about that.
Every show should have been in Dallas. If Danielson, when Danielson still has the title going into Full Gear, I got to see about going out there.
That's if MJF don't take it, but
Drip tried to warn me earlier. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We gonna get into it. Dynamite review, because Grand Slam is this week. Yeah. What happened last week? It popped out with the Grand Slam tournament semifinal. Moxley versus Sammy. Moxley put him in the dirt.
You already knew though, right?
Yeah, I put him in the dirt.
When they booked that match, when they booked that Moxley and Jericho was going to be in that semifinal, I said, "Oh, Moxley got that one." I didn't know about your boy, and then when I saw never mind. We'll talk about that.
You ain't know about my boy.
I know. I mean, hey, there's no way he was going to get another win on either Danielson or Adam Page. If Adam Page made it, I don't know. I feel like Page would have made it as well.
Hey, Randy. He could have.
He could have.
All the events are. No, it's not. It's always in Chicago. It's only been in Dallas like one time this year.
Wait, Keeks. I was gonna ask, when I thought about the scrum and the fallout of the scrum, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
When Adam Page lost to Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Was that him having to fall on his sword like Triple H had to for a bunch after the curtain call? Okay, just making sure. Making sure.
Yeah.
I had an observation. Thank you for confirming.
He taking a chill out a little bit. Chill
He was
out.
he was with the Dark Order.
Yeah, and supposedly he's breaking up with the Dark Order. So yeah, he did a long Instagram post.
I didn't see. Oh, so they're splitting ways.
Yeah, he's splitting his ways with him. With them.
Good, good.
What you
Now,
mean good? You don't like him with them?
I like Adam Page as a competitor in the main event scene solo.
Okay.
I think when he's got to pull the wheelbarrow with Evil Uno, and no disrespect to them, but they're elevated when they're rocking with him, or he's being pulled back a little when he's rocking with them. So I think it's probably for the best, especially if whenever everybody gets unsuspended and things start moving again.
Yeah.
Adam Page going to be he's in that mix, right? They was already moving towards something. So
yeah, he's not. I don't think he's booked for anything for this coming week. So
damn, see ya. Yeah, he taking a little nap. He gonna be at the bar outside of Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, he gonna be chilling. He chilling and catering, eating and shit.
Salutes.
Salutes to Adam Page. So yeah, Moxley took the win. So we got Moxley and Danielson for Wednesday for Grand Slam for the AEW Championship.
Six time world, about to be 7. Sorry.
Nola Champion Part 2. We lost. I lost.
I'm surprised they've not talked about the Blackpool Combat Club at all, huh?
I lost. I lost. It was a good match. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But after that happened, MJF came out, Scarf Boy. He came out to do a promo against Moxley. I guess that shit was still on his mind. So don't be surprised if we see MJF run out just like a kind of quote unquote Money in the Bank and
he said it.
Either Danielson or Moxley.
Yeah, he mentioned it a couple weeks ago. He said, I got a chip on my shoulder and I can cash it in anytime I want or whatever. And the crowd said, yeah. And then 5 minutes later, they said, fuck you, MJF. You tricked us again, you bitch. Sorry.
But I already said like a long time ago he was next on the list to win a championship anyway. Like I saw the pattern and I saw the order that they're doing it. So
that makes sense. Like, people are ready for with him being like as big of a heel as he can be with that squad never mind behind him. He can have a little run with Stoke in his corner doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
But it better be do that.
Yeah.
Do that at Full Gear. Don't do that in this week. What happened? The Eagles lost?
Who?
The Eagles lost?
They winning supposedly. They showing me
that's
the
why she said, look.
Right. Like you see me doing it. I don't care.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. But after that, from Jericho going for the Ocho.
Jericho ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing not near nothing.
Not too much. You can still get Goofy of the Week, Cal. It's not over.
I didn't do nothing. Sorry.
Moving on, because before Cal started, then you had Stokely and the new thing he calls the Firm. You had Steroid Edge, Frank Ocean, the Ass Boys, and Ethan Page.
Frank Ocean is great. I like how the only one you mentioned is Ethan Page. He's the one that's most ready for you.
Yeah, I love Ethan Page. I've always loved Ethan Page.
Where is he realistically in that group?
He should be like the leader.
He should be. Are they going to
leader? But Stokely's making it seem like they're a group, but not a group. Like they are like an alliance.
Well, because I mean, the thing that tripped me out about whatever reports and whatever people saying online is what, like, the first time you see that image, if you could throw that image back up, that image of Stokely and then 5 guys that you normally didn't see together.
Right.
What else is it going to be? He has to, at the very least, set everything up.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
I don't know if Frank Ocean and Diet Test are going to be able to work together. Diet Test, look at him. He looked like he about to grab all he needs is a flannel and an axe, and he about to go to the woods for about 8 hours and give you all the firewood for this fall. It's a weird mix, but that's why Stoke has to go out there and be like, look, here's this weak framework that I have right now. Trust me, you'll see us doing work and you're going to hate us in a minute. But I don't like, none of them was talking. I don't know if Morrissey can talk.
Right.
I don't know what people expected.
He did a little bit in Impact, but it's Impact. So I didn't really pay too much attention.
He didn't talk it? Did he? Because I mean, he was with Enzo, so he didn't have to really talk.
Enzo did more of the talking in WWE.
Right. So it again, it's uncharted waters. I'm sorry, Diet. I've been calling him Diet Test for a minute though. He's been Diet Test since they was in the WWE. I mean, it is what it is.
He looked like Steroid Edge.
Steroid Edge is crazy.
He looked like Steroid Edge. But I saw the Dirt Sheets was upset because they was like Stokely. They didn't like the promo. They were just picking on shit, and then it didn't make sense what they were saying. I was just like, how you gonna like Bobby Heenan, but you ain't gonna like what Stokely doing? It's basically the same thing.
It's the same. It's Gary Hart. It's Bobby Heenan. It's Jimmy Hart. I mean, this is how when you build a heel stable based off of a manager, this is what you get. Yeah. Go look at what was the shit called? The J-Tex Corporation. It was like Buzz Sawyer and Great Muta and a bunch of other randoms, and Gary Hart was just with him like, yo, he about to kill you, motherfucker. And then when they had to do the Thunderdome, it was all his dudes in the match fighting Flair and them. This is pro wrestling. What do you want?
Y'all need to learn y'all history. That's the fucking problem. Y'all just be saying shit. Y'all don't know nothing about nothing. Y'all need to just learn some history or something. It's
because I'm old, though. I watched all this shit. I grew up watching Abdullah the Butcher in the chair. Like, I've seen it. I watched this. So, but the thing, realistically,
heaven, Cal. You was not seeing heaven.
That's what that man did. That's what he did. He had to fake that, and he got that off. But if you just took a step back and looked at what came before, like 20 years, 30 years, 40, you'll see the blueprint is right there. You just got to take
right there.
And it'd be good. Like, you can't tell me you're not going to enjoy Great Muta in like 89. When I was a kid,
I don't know who that is, Cal.
When I was a kid, talk about Sting. Y'all goat Sting right now. That he's however old he is in AEW. Shouts to him. I saw him every Friday night catching handspring elbows off of Great Muta and whatnot, just going crazy for the WCW TV title. But I'm old, but I'm just saying, like, just do your Googles. Just do your God. Anyway,
do your Googles. What
do
he say on that? Do your Googles.
He's funny, yo.
But after that, we had Jay Lethal versus Jungle Boy. I would say Jay Lethal does a great job elevating people in the ring, even though I don't really too much care for him.
He made Jungle Boy look like $1 million tapping out and shit. That was crazy.
You know, Cal.
Eagles. Is the Eagles winning?
Yes, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
He said, "Did you have your shoes on? Your Eagles shoes?"
Earlier, I did my other ones. I ain't have my Jordans. I had my other ones on.
That's why they winning.
Cal, don't entertain her.
Don't be hating, Cowboy fan.
Right, don't be hating. Don't be hating.
But I don't too much care for Lethal, but he does do a great job with the younger stars. So I'll give him that credit.
Right.
Jungle Boy, you can see Jungle Boy. He does great each match. Like he elevates each match he does. So cute little match. Nothing I asked for, so I watched it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was just oh okay, Jungle Boy, Jay Lethal, because our Christian is hurt right now, so they just gotta move.
That's tough. That's real tough. Because they was about to work, right?
Yeah, they about to set something up for Wednesday. Injuries. It happens though.
Everybody. It catch everybody.
It happens. It happens to everybody. But so we ain't gonna be too long on that because I ain't too much care for that.
Yeah.
And then you got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Matt DeMartino.
He killed that man.
Killed him.
Killed
like
that
I looked down and the match was over.
Killed that man so bad. Look, his lip was bleeding. I don't know how. Well, if did he bust his lip? Like, did one of that man's ribs hit him in the face or something?
I think
when
so.
He hit that?
Yeah, he hit him in the mouth a little bit. I saw that.
He was cutting the promo.
And then Ricky made it a little worse.
When he look, all of a sudden, this man gushing blood. That's what the hell is going on.
Right, I was like, wipe your mouth.
Shucks. I like that though. I like that. Make Powerhouse Hobbs as strong as you want to make him.
Yeah.
Do it.
And they doing a good job at doing it. And I appreciate that. Like Powerhouse Hobbs is looking strong. They continuing the storyline because after that match, Ricky Starks came down. He's channeling The Rock. He is channeling his Dwayne Johnson a little bit.
He said that was his number 3 favorite wrestler growing up. But he can work it. He knows how to work a crowd. He just said, crowd said, Ricky! They was hype. We want Ricky. They was hype.
He did the eyebrow too, I think.
They was hype for it. I can't. They need a longer match next time though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that was about, to be honest with you. Usually I know the scoop, but I didn't know the scoop on this one. I don't know what ended up happening. I think somebody's time went longer or something like that. I think that's what happened. Somebody's time went longer in the match.
They only had, I will say, they only had so much storyline, and they did not do anything to Dynamite before. So if a match was going to get cut for time, I wasn't surprised it was that match, but that was one of the matches that I was looking forward to.
Right.
So if they could run that back put it on Rampage, give me 15 minutes, do something. Oh, look at that. That's this Friday, huh? Mm-hmm. Look at that. See, I will say, I may be an old ass man, but AEW look out for me every now. AEW look out for me every now and again. We'll talk about it a little bit.
You got to do the song, whatever the Rampage song. All right, and then so after that, we had Swerve and Lucha.
Oh, that.
The tag matches. That was match of the night.
That was match of the night. No cap.
Swerve and Lucha.
It's Lucha. I don't know if I know a bad Lucha Bros match. Not saying that Swerve and Our Glory got elevated at all. I mean, they held their own. Shit. Keith is a monster. Mm-hmm. Swerve, he moves. Swerve and Phoenix, they're probably going to get a singles match at some point just to see them bouncing off the ropes and doing all types of shit. But Keith, I told Keeks I've never been a fan of the Canadian Destroyer. It's something about that move. The first time I saw it, I said, that looks weird. But I don't know if
this is the Mexican Destroyer.
But what I'm saying is I saw the Bucks and a lot of white pro wrestlers do, and it always looked like, oh, they're doing a backflip. It never looked like what it was supposed to look like. And even this, because it's Keith Lee and he's the biggest man in the ring, Keith is going to do the Canadian Destroyer if he wants to do the Canadian Destroyer. And he did that. He was all into that shit, and that shit looked beautiful.
Boy, Penta hit that shit too beautiful. Like,
Penta's a man.
That nigga, man.
Penta's that nigga.
That whole spot was creative from Ray Phoenix, and then Penta jumped off and then did it was beautiful. Beautiful
that
segment.
Shit was dope.
Lovely.
That whole segment was dope. They had a couple of spots. It was a couple of spots in that match, but again, I ever since I started watching AEW, I've never seen something I'd say, oh, that Lucha Bros match was bad. It's all, even when my man's broke his arm, that shit was still hard. That match was hard up until he broke his arm.
Up until that part, that shit was like, everybody was like, holy shit, turn that off. Stop the match.
That shit was ugly. That shit
was looking like, oh.
Now, mind you, for people in the chat that don't send us fight videos, like me and Keeks, we be watching some shit. We watch people fighting in the phone booth and shit. When
but
the
funniest one we saw was the girl catching him off guard with that roach.
It was 4 of them in the car. She had a whole.
It was coming. I do not know.
They on the live, like you couldn't see nobody in the window, like somebody, and they all got fucked up because they all like that was crazy.
Me
was
naturally,
crazy.
I always turn around and look around. Like that's just me.
How do you not? If y'all don't learn nothing today, observe your surroundings. Always know what's going on. If your head's not on swivel when you outside, even shit, stairs right here. I'm always. I hear something.
The front door. That's how I'm like.
This window. Somebody at this window. They can't see in, but hey, who that by my window? Like you just gotta be. So the fact that homegirl came in with the industrial strength roach spray and sprayed it all up in the car was crazy. I'm sorry.
They was. And the girl tweet said, yeah, she caught us lacking. I'm like, yeah, she did.
On live.
She did. We all saw it. We saw it in 4K that y'all got caught lacking.
One of these days, Keeks, we gotta react to fight videos on. Yes, well, we can't. YouTube is not gonna.
I know.
Graham would say, no, we gotta shut down the card if y'all trying to put this shit up on YouTube because they'll fuck the whole game up. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
Ну, они оба чемпионы, призеры, начинается месиво какое-то.
He was working his ass in that small ass booth.
In a phone booth.
It's too tight.
Well, because at one point, that one guy got rocked and he was just like, all right. Twitch. Probably. Yeah, I think Twitch, but Twitch is it's like another list of shit you can't say or do, but Twitch is definitely and hey, at a certain point, damn, it's free game. If you
watch language,
the thing, it's like you can't say certain things, but them Twitch subscriptions be $5 a sub. So if you it shouts out to them young cats from the Bronx that's on there getting like 70K subs. Just add that up monthly.
Shout out to the Bronx. But
I ain't from there. All day.
Both from the Bronx, so I know that you dirty. Heart's gonna kill me.
I seen that picture of her and hold up.
The dude from what's his name?
My man from Stranger Things,
Lucas. I know that's right.
He said, here, you want the black card? You just take the wallet. And she said, all right.
You both did me dirt, so how could I lose?
She said, that nigga a munch.
That's my stuff. You thought I was feeling you?
A munch. It's to the Keeks. You see, she doing live shows.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you don't hear what she's saying. She just starts twerking. I see 2 videos at Rolling Loud. I didn't know because the song is playing, so she's rapping to the song. At a certain point, she just stopped and she just started twerking, and that's when the crowd's like, "Yeah!" So she earned her check.
Yeah. We both from the Bronx, so I know that you dirty.
That's crazy. She said, I fucked on your bro. No loving a mooch or a smooch. What? I be having to figure out because I don't know Bronx lingo like that. A smooch?
She said, I fucked on your bro, so how could I lose? Like, I'm like, what?
No loving the smooch. No loving the smooch. I know you love me because I'm dirty and rude. What the fuck? That's crazy. I don't know nothing about the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx though, because for a week, what's the name? Ice Spice.
Yeah. She was hanging out with Cardi not too long ago. So
Drake flew out months ago. I forgot about that.
it's because she fine and she got ass.
That's why, like I said, she do them shows, she twerk. That's all they want to see.
Yeah.
So no,
but let's go to the main event. We had Jared Goat versus Daniel Goat.
This match. I was scared. Yeah, this shit right here.
Yeah.
This shit had me shook when because he landed on the outside, and once he grabbed his ankle, anytime Danielson get hurt since he came back to WWE a couple years back, I'm like, this is wild. I was like, is he gonna make it? He did. There was a match with him and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn hit a brain buster on the ring apron. It's like, oh shit, Danielson done. He done, but he's just good. That fucking Jericho, Walls of Jericho, half Boston Crab bullshit. I was shook. I was not ready for Jericho winning. I'm sorry.
Boston Crab.
That's what it looked like. What was the image?
Show the picture, Graham.
Show
of my goat.
The half-ass wall. Yeah, look at this shit. He was tired.
No, he was not. He was in pain. He was not. No, he was. Cal, don't do this.
Jericho was
I'm
tired.
Still grieving.
Danielson said
a little bit of the bubbly.
Danielson said, "Yo, I know you're tired. Watch this. I'm gonna hurt my foot, and then I'm gonna just rest holds for like 20 minutes. I'm a arm drag." He said, "We gonna build the intensity because I'm the dragon." And guess what happened? He had me shook again. Up until 10 o'clock, I'm like, this ain't gonna happen. Every time he would get a move, your goat hit his foot, hit his ankle, and I'm like, fuck, it's no way. It's no way. And then what?
Some bullshit happened.
Oh. It sounds like what it really sounds like is this farce of appreciating Jericho and sports entertainment and all that is really what it is. Jericho having to fall on the sword and being the fall guy for the real rap out there, the Daniel Garcias and the Wheeler Yutas. And I mean, what are we talking about? Claudio Castagnoli came back and won the title that your man's is trying to wrestle for on Wednesday. It's a lot of real rap in AEW, and I think based off of what's been going on, if y'all did not pay attention to the Daniel Garcia, Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho stuff, the seeds was already there.
Yeah.
Realistically, if we want to get real, I knew it was going to be the two heads of the Blackpool Combat Club facing each other. It was perfect. You got on the one end, Danielson is saying, fuck that. It's real rap every match. I don't care who's in the match. It's real rap. To the point where he going to go to the ops and say, look, that work you got right over there, that's one of them ones right there. I need that. And what Garcia said, Jericho, don't keep hitting on that man. That's my idol.
So
that's my idol. But guess what? Who came out after Garcia won that ROH title? Who was out in the ring?
Jericho.
Who ran down there?
Jericho.
Who was in the ring with these? His goat.
Jericho.
His idol.
Jericho.
Your future AEW World Champion come Wednesday night, Brian Day. John Moxley, am I not mistaken? John Moxley about to be feet up. He overdue.
Yeah, because he's supposed to been take his vacation, but people acting a fool, and he had to come in like.
But do you think Moxley is moving like somebody who is delaying another vacation with his wife at home with the baby, podding all the time? He needs to be home chill. He missed his summer. Summer
that's what
Punk was
he about
supposed to
to
be
do.
Moxley at home.
That's what he about to do. He about to go chill. He said, now I'm about to get back on the vacation I was supposed to be on.
And guess what? Danielson gonna have that world title. Claudio gonna be with him. Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, who already had 3 bangers and they beefing on the low, is part of the squad. You got William. It's about to be the fall of the Blackpool Combat Club, and that's a double entendre. Don't hate the player.
I just want the little bit of the bubbly part too.
Look, maybe that'll happen, but I don't. Can he beat Claudio? He couldn't beat Claudio Daddy. Again, I'm just watching the show.
Wait a minute, which daddy?
Danielson. Who else is Claudio Daddy right now?
He has beaten his daddy and he's beaten his grandpa.
Look. Jericho's not winning that.
His grandpa's teeth.
Jericho. I'll say this. There's 2 things that could happen on Wednesday night that would be great storytelling that I would hate. The first thing would be your man's MJF cashing in that chip and stealing the title from Danielson. And I can totally see that. I will not be surprised. I'll be pissed if I hear that music. I will be so upset. I may take my remote and throw it at the TV. The other thing, because of that story I was talking about, I could totally see Jericho winning the ROH title. And because that would mean he would be around Daniel Garcia a lot more. Maybe he wins the title, and the whole thing is, oh shit, I'm gonna prove to him I'm the Lionheart, and I can steal. There's a lot of things that can happen with your man's messing around with the real rap in AEW right now. That it makes sense, but I would hate either of those things happening.
Why you keep saying the real rap like he ain't either?
Chris Jericho, come on.
He is real rap.
Come on. No. Say it again. What was that last thing you said?
He used to be.
He used to be.
But he still is. I said. You saw the main event.
Keeks, let me look. He had a good dance partner. He fought with the last time he said he was a Lionheart, he was with John Moxley. He put all that bullshit about being the last man from the dungeon, the Hart family dungeon. I watched that was the first time I saw Chris Jericho was Lionheart, Chris Jericho in ECW. That was not him. He started out with, I'm gonna do a couple holds, and what it come out to be.
He's 51.
Let me mark up my head. He was never that Lionheart in ECW.
He's 51, Cal.
He ain't gotta be doing the Dusty Rhodes slice and dice. It could have been something different.
He's 51 years old, Cal.
I didn't like that. If you're gonna say you're the Lionheart and all you're really doing is the walls of Jericho and a lion salt, bro, you've been doing that. You ain't got a front for me. I understand that you old. That's why I want you to sit down a little bit.
He can.
Button up. He always rock it. He don't put his shirt on. He rock the blazer. Button up the blazer. Get you a cane. And you could be Oliver Humperdinck. You could be whatever dope manager they think you need to be to put over. What's his name? What's the big dude's name?
Which one?
The one that's behind him, the MMA dude. The big nigga in the JAS. What's his name?
Hager.
Jake Hager. Be the weirdo wizard to Jake Hager. And who is Sammy Guevara and them still with JAS? I don't know who's still in the group at this point.
It's still Hager, Sammy Guevara. Then you got Anna Jay now and Tay Conti.
They don't need him.
And
Anna Jay
the big head and his partner.
2.0, former 2.0.
Yeah,
worry about them. Jericho. Daniel Garcia is good. He found his wrestling daddy. Daniel Garcia, Westside Gunn, and Bryan Danielson going out. They're going to go eat some veggie burgers. Westside about to play them the mixtape. They're going to get contact highs and they're going to go wrestle for about 2 hours. Jericho ain't doing that for them. And Daniel Garcia don't even need it. He want to be wrestling in ROH on the mat all day. He ain't trying to worry about that sports entertainment bullshit. Look at this. Get Jericho the fuck on out of here.
All right, that's enough.
Jericho the fuck on out of here.
That's enough. He ain't going nowhere. You know why? Because he is the household name. TNT said he got to be on TV.
I will say this. Jericho, and I'm sorry, Jericho greater than sign CM Punk if we're talking about the legends that they need in the back at AEW right now, but that's not the conversation we're talking about. I'm sorry.
I just want to say that every time my Jericho is a main event, they get that meal. So I'm just saying, since 2020, when I'm just letting it be known. So
y'all can't beat my ass though.
Put that graphic back up. That graphic was hard. Put that graphic back up, Graham.
The graphic was hard. Yeah, it is hard. That's the storyline.
Yeah.
When outside of everything that's going on in AEW, this stuff.
He Luke. Is he supposed to be Luke Skywalker?
Probably. Yeah. The thing is, the Bryan Danielson that the AEW wrestlers love was the one in ROH. That was Luke Skywalker you saw in the first 3 movies. Right now, he's Luke Skywalker, the fucking hologram with the shit, the jaded motherfucker. Like, don't even worry about it. If you really want to learn, you can learn, but no, it's gonna be a life of pain and bullshit. So I don't even really want to teach you. But I see that Daniel Garcia, I see you got the tools.
Right.
Come to Blackpool.
Anyhow, we're gonna move on to Rampage. Now, Rampage, we're gonna skim through it because it was some stuff on there I feel like don't need to be talked about too much. Like the first one, Darby Allin versus Matt Hardy. I don't know why that happened. Darby won, obviously.
Yeah, good.
It was a little, you know.
They were telling stories too, and I'm like, why? I don't need all this.
Yeah, all of that just for Brody King of the House of Black to come out and be like, we want you and Sting. I love Sting, so you got that.
God, I'm not. That's a bathroom match, and that's House of Black. Shouts out to Malachi Black on some real shit. I saw that message he posted. And after hearing everything and to know what he's been going through, and I mean, I only mentioned it because I saw that it said House of Black there.
It was way too long. That match was way too long.
Well, that's the thing. I ended up watching the whole show, but I did stop watching at a certain point because it was too much stuff going on before what I actually wanted to see.
I fucks with Matt Hardy, but it's okay to just call it quits, my dude, or just be a manager, or just do the background work. You don't have to do a match.
Yeah,
you don't
taking the money. He took all that money from Private Party. He couldn't start his own little stable.
Matt Hardy, you really don't have too much to prove. You're in like one of the greatest tag teams ever. You really have nothing too much to prove. Just continue to guide the tag division. Do that. You ain't gotta do all of that. So and then after that bullshit, we had Jericho want to add to his resume of the ROH. Claudio cut a promo, of course. Claudio was appeasing the old folk.
I hope this match is good because I think
it's gonna be good. Jericho, don't do him. You know he delivers when it's time.
I will say this, Keeks, and you know me. I'm more like I don't need to see Claudia. Like I've been on some like.
So you just like Graham? Y'all just don't like Claudio like that?
I've been on some like what I don't like. What is his character?
I think he's just a
wrestling nigga.
Yeah, that's it.
I want to wrestle, and I'm gonna put in this this mouth guard that's got vampire teeth on it with my weird zip up and my headband and my earmuffs and I'm gonna swing you around like it. None of it seems to fit at a certain point. Like I know that there's stuff that's over, but maybe he should build towards what's over and not try and be 3 different types of nobodies.
That's why
Is
I'm
that this?
saying he for the old folk. He for the 50 and above.
Yeah, I'm about to say because it ain't me. He
Yeah,
ain't
no, I
wrestling
know.
for me.
He for them 70s and 60s
Them
babies. They like
Greco-Roman
Claudio.
ass.
Yeah, he get the old people demos up. So
Yeah.
they appreciate Claudio.
People
You
that
know
still
who
call it.
Claudio remind me of one of them old ass wrestlers. What's the nigga name?
I'd love to know who you.
It ain't gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me later. But he remind me of one of them.
He looked like somebody whose fans still call it catch as catch can. You know what I'm saying? Like they really stuck on the old, and it's cool. And he's strong and he does his thing, but like at a certain point, what's next? What are you? Who are you? Let me know.
He's like Grisham, but he don't mind working with everybody. He don't act like Grisham. He kind of remind me of that. Like I have to wrestle this type of style.
That's why Tony gave him the title. He said, "Yo, you're him, but I could work with you."
Yeah.
Damn.
You're just like him, but you can work with everybody. You don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? You're not telling me what rank you were and stuff, shit like that.
Now, Gresham, the way that whole situation sorted out, it felt like Gresham was from the school of Bret Hart. There's a bunch of people, again, as I'm getting old, I'm realizing that there are multiple schools. And like if you're a Bret Hart guy.
Yes, who said Bruno?
Bruno.
That's
Bruno.
Like, just like Bruno. That's him. That's Claudio.
It's Bruno. It's not Larry. I don't think Larry wasn't as physically strong. Like he wouldn't
that's
show
definitely not Larry.
Bruno
it's Bruno. Thank you,
Bruno
Nicholas.
Sure. Yeah, shouts out to Nicholas.
Nicholas, you got 10 points.
just keep it to yourself. Mark it down on your paper and let us know how you did it.
Nicholas. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to remember the name.
Damn. Triple H will be mad at you.
I'm sorry, Trips.
I know. I hear he loves Bruno Sammartino, as you should.
He loves Bruno. He don't reason why that man got the Hall of Fame. He begging and shit.
But Bruno Sammartino in New York. Y'all talk about a sportatorium in New York.
Nigga out there.
Bruno was that guy for a while. Again, that's Larry Zbyszko daddy. He was around for a while. When I realized shit, I know they had beef, but I was surprised he wasn't one of the first.
Yeah.
Bruno, that was the OG when I was a kid. Bruno was that guy.
Yeah.
He was talked about like how the kid's gonna be talking about Bryan Danielson, but we could talk about that a little. 6 months from now, when Bryan Danielson's still on top, we could have that. We could say, "Yo, damn, Cal, you was wild. You knew what the fuck was going to happen the whole time." Bob Backlund.
I need the Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah,
I need that.
Well, what was the quote I saw? He said that the headline was he's not going to try and go to WWE. He was saying that he thinks that this AEW contract is his last wrestling contract he's going to sign. And they mentioned again the Japan
Wrestle Kingdom.
It's what it sounds like. Like they made a point to mention that he said that the reason he chose AEW because he could go to Japan and there was flexible to do these other things. So I would hope that after his reign as AEW World Champion for however long Tony Khan lets his man be champ, however long Jon Moxley wants to be on vacation, honestly, once he's done with that, when is G1?
G1 is it always starts in the spring.
G1 they already did it.
Yeah, they already did the G1. That's what I'm saying. They start again in the spring. Okada won the G1 this year.
I was gonna say, it sounds like he got enough time to have a couple months as champion, lose the title, fly over to Japan, because that's weeks. Be out there for weeks, get you A block, B block, whatever. Kill them niggas. Maybe have another little run because something tells me Danielson never experienced that. If he could run, if he goes over there and does really good in the G1 climax. And he feel like, oh, I got a couple months. Let me go run. Let me be a gaijin and run with some of these cats over there. You don't know. There's a couple dream matches. You mentioned people. I imagine the chat wants to see who Bryan Danielson can wrestle over there. It's a lot. It's a lot that can happen.
I don't want him. Zack Sabre Jr. definitely want him because he was like, I still want him because Claudio ain't do no technical ass match.
No,
I want who I came over here for.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't know. All right, I'm gonna test something. I don't know if what y'all call him, TK. I don't know if TK listens. I don't know what type of moles are checking out and in tune to the Public Enemies feed to check out All Elite with Keeks every week. Y'all know the vibe. But from my lips to y'all ears, WWE has had a good thing going with Roman Reigns holding the titles for a while. If Kenny Omega hurt, we don't know what's going on with CM Punk. Obviously, Jericho can't hold the bag. It's a lot of guys. I'm sorry. It's a lot of guys who aren't ready, or maybe they're not going to be able to do it. Let Danielson win the title Wednesday. Hold that motherfucker to G1. Go into G1 as the conquering gaijin with the AEW World Championship. Run through all them niggas for 2-3 weeks. Come back like I just murdered Japan. I'm gonna murder the rest of y'all, and I'm gonna get my guy. Come on, he got a great exit strategy as the man. Y'all be true for what? Be true for what?
Cal, that's not happening. He gonna have the title for 10 minutes.
That's
MJF gonna run his scarf boy down and probably hit him with something, and Danielson gonna be laid out. 1, 2, 3, new champion. Then you're gonna be upset. And I told you, Cal.
I will say this. I still got some liquor left. I'm gonna leave this right here. No, I'm not dreaming. Again, Keith called me dreaming when I told her that he was gonna be Jericho. Keith told me I was dreaming when anytime I mentioned. How many times, Keith, be real? How many times have I mentioned all I need Bryan Danielson to win that title once?
Too damn long.
I'm a broken record with that shit.
Since the moment he got there, Cal was like, give him the belt.
So you expect me
the belt. Like,
you expect me to stop dreaming when in 2 days this motherfucker could be my again. I don't brag too much on what I do. He been there a year. You know how I know he's been there a year? Because the first time I spoke to him was right before his match with Kenny Omega at Grand Slam last year. Am I not mistaken?
No.
I've been waiting for this. Just like y'all was so hyped. Oh, CM Punk. Oh my God. I'm not saying you, but
I ain't want him there. I was so mad.
I'm not saying you, but I don't know how many people in this chat. I know a lot of people in the timeline. Yeah, he sat down Chris Cross after songs. He in Chicago. They got ice cream bars.
Niggas passing out ice cream bars. Niggas was crying and they thought Jesus returned. Like it was
mind you, while that was happening, wrestling Jesus in that ring, making y'all guy Adam Page looking like $1 million twice. And he didn't make him look like $1 million. They didn't go in time limit draws twice.
Like $1 million.
He ain't had no match like he had with Bryan Danielson, though.
He had it with Kenny Omega, Cal.
He ain't had no match like he had with twice on TV. He needed that.
With Kenny Omega.
He looked like $1 gajillion after getting out those matches. Keeks, I'm gonna say this. I wish he had more matches like that because I like the way he looked when he was wrestling Bryan Danielson in those matches. He needed more shit like that, and not the bull. When I don't want to disrespect his run, but when I say that his run was underwhelming, it's because he went into that run on fire. Bryan Danielson did what he needed to do in those matches and put that man and made that man look like $1 million. The thing that y'all told me he was supposed to do. And then he had these matches with cats and they wasn't bad, but the shit was not on the same level. Them Adam Cole matches was not popping like that.
Cal, I agree. You are right. I agree with
Thank you.
Oh, we win 24-7.
Oh, okay.
Shouts out to reasonable people in the room.
What just happened?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Y'all say hey to my mom in the chat, y'all.
Peace of mom. Shouts to
Eagles
mom.
winning.
She said Eagles winning.
24-7.
If y'all got a parlay, Eagles is winning.
24-7. Damn.
They beating Diggs and them. Dang.
No, they play Minnesota. Diggs play for Buffalo. Buffalo is beating the mess out of Tennessee.
Oh, it is a doubleheader.
Damn. Raw's still on. Raw got like 4 viewers right now. I'm not watching.
Nobody watching that but people that don't watch football.
I already saw Bobby Lashley win the title, so I'm good.
He retained?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a spoiler. Yeah, they had. Well, no, yeah. I will say, Keeks, they had a really good, like, 20-minute-ish opener. They went through like 2 different commercial breaks. They had a really good match. But Bob. It was some fuckery at the end of the match. So it wasn't like Bobby just overpowered me. Yeah, some shit went on. Because again,
okay.
Steph's still working. But yeah, I saw that, and I
know if Madcap Mouse show up.
Only thing I saw that, and I saw Real Sports. Alexa challenged Bailey for a match, but I don't think it was happening when I was getting ready for it. When I was getting ready to preach the gospel of Danielson.
But moving along, because I gotta get to women business soon. What else happened? Then we already talked about Danhausen versus Ethan Page. We ain't gotta go too long over that. Ethan Page squashed that man. The end. Ricky Starks, we already talked about that. Then we got another old people's match. We had Samoa Joe versus not Tony Nese, but Josh Woods. I saw Josh Woods for the first time when I was in Dallas for the ROH show. He's pretty good.
It was a good match. I was at the point of the night where it was going on. I tapped out. I said I will pause here and watch it tomorrow.
Right, it's late.
Not for a main event. Also,
yeah, that was the main event. And then Tony Nese ended up coming out. They attacked Samoa Joe, and then you had Warlow coming out. So, like I said on the last couple of shows, they put more ROH stuff on Rampage because they're still working at this ROH deal. But I'm hearing rumors that ROH will probably have their own show on TNT instead of TBS. I don't know if they gonna move Dynamite back to TNT and then have ROH on TBS, but I heard it's something to that nature.
Wasn't there was another story that dropped like a week or so ago. I don't know how the validity of it is, but they were saying that TNT or Warner Media, whoever, was looking for more pro wrestling content. So maybe there's a way. Maybe instead of replacing an hour of AEW, maybe it's a third hour of pro wrestling in the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's what I've heard so far. So if you're confused about the ROH stuff, they just putting certain people on AEW platforms, so that way when ROH do have their own stuff, y'all know what's going on and blah 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 blah.
Pro wrestling, it's smart. It's very smart.
It's just a smart tech. Blah 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 blah. So that was Rampage. Not too much happened. It was one of those nights. It was because Kenny's supposed to be over Rampage, but y'all know he's suspended, so they just
get that man the fuck out of there. They show wait. They show pictures of Kenny at his thing, and he had a mark on his arm. He really bit that man like that.
Yeah, he bit that man.
It's been 2 weeks. He had a whole brown spot on his arm.
He bit that man hard.
For CM Punk. What's she?
I'm gonna say, was he hungry? Now, the handsome man that you like in AEW, CM Punk, that you said is a nice looking white man. He fought Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, so he's suspended and he out of injury.
So he bit somebody?
No, his friend did.
His homie did because he was trying to suck his dick.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was they had a whole fight, so they.
That shit was weird. That shit was weird.
Like a real fight.
They had a real fight. They had a real fight because he got on there and he was just like, basically talking noise, talking about something. If y'all gonna pull up, and they pulled up, and then ended up being a fight.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
It's me.
Yeah, that's what he's. I felt that last part though.
I felt that. We're fucking children. Yeah, I've been there.
I work with children. I felt that. It's like, I work with children. But next segment is women business. Like I said, I changed the format of my show to focus on the women. So if you're a man, hush. Because
all men should stay out of women business. Because that's women business.
All men should stay out of women business.
That part.
We're gonna start out with the for Dynamite. We had the AEW Women's Interim World Champion Toni Storm with Athena. Athena replaced the original partner. I'm assuming it was supposed to be Thunder Rosa, but she's injured or whatever. So they got Athena. So Toni and Athena worked before, so of course they have good dynamic, good chemistry. And it was versus your girl Serena Deeb and Britt Baker. Great match. It was actually good. It was a good women's tag match.
Yeah, but you got the I was gonna say I don't know if that's the right image you got because it was the other two women that was really banging.
Britt Baker did good too. This is women business, Cal. We're spreading positivity.
No, I'm not saying they were bad. I'm saying Deeb and Toni Storm. I'll say this, and this is and this is no bullshit. This is what I DM'd you. Watching her Deeb beat the shit out of Storm. I said all I need is her and Danielson, Deeb and Danielson, to be the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions.
Oh my God, Cal.
Why not? I mean, it's to the point, and no disrespect to Danielson in the situation, but if you wanted to do like a perfect pro wrestling couple, Danielson and Deeb as the AAA Mixed Tag Champions, they both got the little bell blocks in the ring. They vignettes. They watching tape together, like taking notes, reading books and shit. Like they really. I'm sorry. It's women business. I apologize.
Women business, Cal.
I'm sorry.
To answer Ken Lewis's question, he said the match was good. Why did Hayter attack Storm instead of Britt? It is brewing a story. Because as you pay attention to when that happened, because she did take the chair from Britt Baker and then attacked Toni. And then also though, but she ended up leaving and didn't want to acknowledge Britt, and Britt is saying that she's sorry. So it's just a story. Be patient. Just let the cookers cook, okay?
Let it play out, y'all.
Let it play out. Just let it play out because it's a good story going on. There's another story going on. So just let it play out. And then we'll get on to Rampage because that was the only women's segment that happened on Dynamite. Besides Anna Jay and Toni Storm. I mean, not Toni Storm, but Anna Jay and Tay Conti. They do what they do for Jazz. So besides those two, we're going to move on to Rampage. You had Jay Cargill with the baddies. Jay Cargill basically talking to shit, looking for another opponent. Obviously, they're still trying to work something out because Chris the Stallion is injured. And you can obviously tell that what they had brewing was for Chris the Stallion to be the next TBS Women's Champions. But that is on hold. So they trying to figure it out now for Jade's storyline because that was part of the storyline. Yes, Cal, you have a question. Your hand's raised.
Are we gonna get? How long before we get Kiera Hogan and Layla Gray? Because every week they ready.
I've had this private conversation with Hearts. The best way that I can put it without making it seem like somebody is a certain problem. When you have a certain someone that is focusing on them, and there you go. That's all I can. I'm just saying it without saying it.
Got you.
Yeah. Basically, like when that popular girl wants to make sure that the people that is surrounding her stay here while she's up here. No shade.
Hey.
No shade. It's the truth, though. It's no shade, but it's the truth. So, I just put it this way: what Red Velvet said the first time, she didn't lie. Okay.
Oh, okay.
She didn't lie.
Go back in the archives if you don't know what she's talking about.
And I've seen it for myself, so I already know what she's talking about. It's like, okay.
Oh.
I have my own experience myself. So I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, salutes to Queen Jade Cargill, salutes to Kiera Hogan, salutes to Layla Gray, salutes to Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter grabbed that chair. I said, oh, let me take a look at what Jamie Hayter's talking about right now.
Right. Yeah. So if that's what y'all looking for, if you want to really ask me, you can DM me or whatever, but the sisters know what I'm talking about because we saw it a long time ago. It's like,
damn, Pete.
Oh, she's one of those. And then I was just like, the sorority she in, that speaks for itself. So no shade though, but
yeah, I don't know nobody. I just be at home. I just be watching TV.
They're probably like scratching their hair right now, but the women's,
they understand.
Yeah,
it's women business.
Women business. We ain't seen the section in how long, but anyway.
Oh yeah, damn, that's a good point.
Anyways, moving on. That happened. So you had Diamante stepped up to take the challenge. So now we got Jade Cargill versus Diamante. Yeah. So we got that going on or whatever.
She's gonna kick that lady head off.
Yeah, that's gonna be easy. What else I had on her? Oh, and we had Penelope Ford versus Willow Nightingale. That was a great match. Probably the best women's match that week.
Facts.
Penelope, like I said, because she was my AEW Women's Champion. I mean, my AEW Women's Wrestler of the Week last week. Penelope Ford has been in the booth.
No, yeah, she was great.
She's solid in the booth, bro. She's definitely next up.
I've not watched a lot of Penelope before, but I will say she looked great in this match. I mean, I'm not saying it's because of Willow. She looked great on her own.
Yes.
Willow is amazing always.
Yo, yeah. Willow is amazing. A great baby face. They finally released her merch with AEW, so I'm assuming she's going to be on ROH. I don't think she's going to be in AEW, so that's why we've been seeing her more because ROH do need a women's division, so I could see her being the face of ROH women's division.
Didn't she wrestle Mercedes? Was at Death Before the
Dallas? Yeah, I was there. Mm-hmm. It was a great match too. That was a great match.
I will say this. I don't go to a lot of wrestling shows. I was glad that before I die, I got to see Willow Nightingale do something in a professional wrestling ring in front of my face. Because that's the real deal. Again, for all you babies out there that don't really watch pro wrestling like that, and you want to understand what like genuine foundational pro wrestling is, go study what Willow Nightingale's been doing throughout the last couple years on ROH and Impact and on Mad Darks and on AEW TV as well. She's got it. And for you straight baby face amazingness, that's Willow Nightingale to a T. I'm sorry. That's my PSA. Women business. I'm sorry.
And like Serena Deeb has said, Willow is teachable.
Yeah.
She's teachable.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot is teachable. She said she's definitely teachable. If you be like Serena said, if you be like, hey, if you do this, work on this, she'll be like, oh, okay, and then we'll improve it and do it. Like you
actually see it.
She actually does it, like sees it, and she's humble. She stands her ground. She's a great wrestler. Willow she definitely will be the face of ROH.
Humble's a great word to describe her. I think that she exudes humble, but I think she's also a hard worker. So at some point, you're going to get a dynamic performer. And again, if y'all not run that match back from Rampage for real. That Willow Nightingale Penelope, that match made me a believer out of Penelope Ford. And I know it's because she's good, but I also know it's because she had a great dance partner, and Willow's really good at accentuating what makes people look good. So I don't know. I like that match a lot.
Me too. Willow she's one of those people I say, if you don't have to be nasty to people, you don't have to do all types of shit. Just be yourself, enjoy what you do, and work hard. You don't have to. put people under so you can get like, because I know the women division is very, very intimidating and you have to fight for a certain spot. But Willow, she waits her turn, she applauds others, and she works. Like, if I need to improve here, I'm gonna go to the rest of the school and improve it. If I need to work on this, then I'm gonna work on it. I'm not gonna complain about it. If I'm frustrated, I'm frustrated, but I'm gonna still stay true to myself, and I'm gonna go. And now she's, the blessings coming in for her.
Facts. She waited for it. Now she's getting it now. And I will say, Ken Lewis was right. She does have an impressive pounce. I've seen it live, and they also built to it. It was good. I think they kind of teased it, but they talked about it, and then when she actually hit the pounce, I don't know. I like
it hurt.
That shit do look like it hurt. It do look like it hurt. But they're when they decided. I think it was after they put her on TV with Jade Cargill. It felt like, I don't know, it feels like they're just starting to ease Willow in and introduce her a little bit more every week. And I like seeing that. I can only hope that it continues on.
They're going to have to do something now because we ain't going to see Chris probably until next year.
Really?
She had surgery. She just had surgery on her like 2 weeks ago. So, that's going to take a little time for it to. You're
saying next year is in terms of like winter? Like early winter?
Like spring. I say Chris will probably come back spring of 2023, something like that. Because they definitely still invested in her.
Right.
They still invested in Chris because Chris is next up. So it gives her time to work on her promos, to work on certain things that she said that she always been kind of nervous on. So it just gives her time to get her mindset together. Like, okay, you next up, obviously. It's time to put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Big
like
facts.
I said, like I say, you better run this flat or you're going to go back to the project. So come on, Chris. And I had something else. Oh, yeah. Put the demo up, Graham. I got something to say.
Uh-oh. Talk to him.
Now, pay attention to Tony Storm and them demo. And you see how they still the lowest because the math is not mathing to me. Y'all are on Twitter talking about blase women's division. That shit is still low, and that's still a problem.
It's not me, Keeks. I was watching.
Look at that. They are still the lowest. Look at that 106. They are still the lowest. They the lowest on the card.
I was sitting on that couch. Waiting for Danielson to beat Jericho ass, and I saw it's deep in the middle of that ring, and homegirl got up, said, "No, I got you. I'll put you in this fuck." If y'all like fucking whole wrestling, y'all not watching Serena Deeb, but she been doing that. Y'all been playing yourself for a minute, but is there anything that AEW, like, is it just the fans? Is it really just on the fans to watch, or is there anything Khan or anybody else can do to kind of accentuate, specifically on Dynamite, what's going on with the women?
I've been the diehard since 2019 when they was having at least 3 women's matches on the card.
That's a good point.
But the thing was, people wasn't watching it. Or you had a nigga like AEW Botches. He was also a problem. Was the only thing that he was doing was taking the botches that the women was doing it and posting it on Twitter, and then people started making jokes about them and all of this other stuff. So that didn't help either.
It does not help.
So TNT, why are they? Oh my god, TNT
finding a phone booth.
TNT paid attention to the demos. They have to. It's business.
That's how TV works.
Even when Tony will either put them first, still low. Put them in the middle, still low. Put them main event, still low. Merch sales. Y'all ain't buying shit.
It is sad because people will talk, but that's how you know.
People be lying.
It's just tweets, like niggas just tweeting. I said, I try to be a straight shooter. I put on but when I put on wrestling, I'm watching wrestling. Like I can't, like, I don't know if people are changing the channel with, like, that's how I can see that Penelope Ford is improving because I'm waiting for whatever I want to see, and I get to see dope wrestling.
Put Heart's comment up because people don't support. They don't.
That's clearly. I think it's clearly. It seems that way.
And I can do another example, like when that PWI 500 came out. Why the highest woman on the card is only 50? Why is it only 50? And then the girl, I don't care if that's whoever your friend. I don't care if that's your friend. I don't care. But she had the audacity to tweet. She basically said, and I got the screenshots.
I seen it.
She basically said they are credible because they wrestle with men, intergender. This how I know she capped because there is nobody from AAA on there.
What?
They do the AAA mixed tag.
I'm gonna say that, Keeks. I'm gonna say that because I remember we're in 2 years ago when the PWI came out. And I don't remember when they first started adding women, but I remember 2 years ago because we were just starting to do YouTube, and I was like, "Damn, I was really trying to figure out what was going on so we could talk about it." Those rules aren't new, but I think what you say is key. If you're Vikingo was top 10, right? Yes. Like it's not like they're noticing what's going on in AAA, but it's clear. If you can recognize, if the stats are, we're following AAA and we're following women who wrestle men, but you haven't gone that deep to acknowledge the women who are wrestling men in AAA, something is off. And I know they say we watch all the wrestling, we treat it like a sport. I mean, me too. As a person that's done a list before, who's done lists on a regular basis, I understand all facets about what goes on into a PWI 500, regardless if they think I do or don't. I understand. Mm-hmm. We can talk about my pedigree offline, but it looks weird when you have somebody in that federation be as high as a 7 and then not recognize the women in that federation who are doing stuff that. And I don't know the win-to-loss ratio or whatever, but it looks fishy if there's a number of people saying, hey, A, B, C, D, E, is what's going on?
And it's a lot of black women that do intergender matches, and they barely was on there, but that's a different team.
I mean, again, Trisha Dora, Willow Nightingale, there's a number of them who you can name easily who are wrestling men on a regular basis. But
exactly. But
Karen Bam Bam. Sorry.
But like I said, a woman said they are only credible because they wrestle men. Basically trying to, because people was like, where's Bianca? Where is this? And she was like, well, they don't wrestle men. What the fuck does that got to do with anything? They are good. Bianca's better than the person that they had, and never mind.
But they said peep our women's list in a couple months. Mm-hmm. I mean, you already
rainbows know. And keep it rainbows, glitter, and
But I will, and I'm gonna say this. And remember this when those lists come out. The way we're in the chat and the way we're feeling on the timeline the last.
I'm gonna remember. I'm paying attention.
Oh, Keeks, I'm not talking to you or Hearts. I already know y'all ready. Y'all ready?
I'm ready for it to come out. So I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. So y'all hypocrites, okay?
Well, but because I will say it's interesting to hear. Like, I love support, and I want to do this so people can see that pro wrestling ain't just one way. Mm-hmm. But at a certain point, it can't just be me showing y'all. Like it has to get bigger than that, and part of that means we have to treat things seriously, whether it's whoever's list that highlights stuff that we love, or whether it's seriously critiquing the list that people feel are foundational or the institutions. Like, and it's not to say that they're not credible, but with times changing, they have to consider how they're putting these lists together, because it's more than just whoever they're talking about or talking to watching pro wrestling. It's the whole world out there. And it ain't just men.
Right.
There's a lot of women out there who could talk your ass under the table about some lucha, about some WCW, about some whatever you want to talk about. If everybody's not in on the conversation, though, things can end up looking a certain way. Whether they want it to be a bias or not, it can end up looking a certain way if you don't have a large range of thoughts
I'm
and
saying like this,
ideas and
Kyle.
brains and experience.
To the women that they want to be the only woman in the room, y'all are the problem too. Them women that want to be bro code and all of that stuff, y'all are the problem. Y'all are a major problem. Y'all pick me. But that's enough of that. My AEW Women Wrestler of the Week, I gave it to Toni Storm. Toni Storm is doing a great job as interim AEW Women's Champion. She's wearing the belt right. She looks the part, and things are starting to pick up even more. I do want to say, TK, can you please get Nyla Rose from babysitting that lady, because that lady is not improving over there. She know who her name is.
Marina something?
Yeah, Marina. She's not improving. She's getting worse. So get Nyla Rose from babysitting duties and put her back on TV. We need a real heel back on TV for the women's division, because every time I see her on Dark, it's something. I'm like, she's not getting better. She is not getting better. Get Nyla Rose from babysitting that lady.
When I tell you, Keeks, like just the other day, I was having a conversation about because I was like, I've not seen Nyla Rose on TV, like the AEW.
She been babysitting that lady on Dark, like helping her.
When I went to Cage Match,
better.
She been doing tag matches on Dark with Marina for like August and September.
They trying to get her better. They want her to be the next Ronda Rousey, but she sucks. Like I'm trying to be positive about women's business, but she's not getting better. Like
she just cut a promo, right?
Huh? She just
cut a promo. I saw a video with her and Vicky or something like that.
She cut a promo, but she's not getting better in the ring. Like if you know that stuff that y'all was calling Jay Green, not y'all, but y'all know what I mean. I'm from Texas, I say y'all.
Right.
Y'all was calling Jay Green. Mm-hmm. That's who y'all need to be calling Green right there, because she's not getting better at all. Niggas, like she keeps getting worse.
Niggas is not watching Dark Elevation to see Shorty be bad though. Which is a problem.
I paying attention. I'm like, y'all trying to blame. They were trying to blame Thunder Rosa and shit. I'm like, no, Thunder Rosa got irritated because she's not getting better.
Thunder Rosa probably felt like Bret Hart felt sometimes going to WCW. Be like, yo, I can wrestle circle around these niggas. Why am I wrestling with them?
Look, Thunder. I said it before when my girl was on the show with me. I said it before. Thunder Rosa is like, all right, look, this girl ain't trying to get better. I don't have time to be teaching certain people. Thunder Rosa can only teach people that are teachable. But if she try to show you something and you still want to do y'all, she done with it. That's how Thunder Rosa is. I don't got time for this. I ain't got the patience. All right. Either you're going to go to this wrestling school and get better, or I don't want to fight this girl because she's not trying to get it. She don't get it.
Because for this 7 minutes on TV, this is not your wrestling class. Damn.
That's it. That's all Thunder Rosa is about. That's all she's about. I don't have time to teach nobody.
I can see it. That makes sense. That's
all Thunder Rosa is. I don't have time to teach nobody. If she needed work on this, why was she not at practice? Why did she not show up to this? Why she not in here with me and Serena and the AEW women coach? If you trying to get better, you got to show that you want to be better. But y'all worried about your hair. Y'all worried about taking Instagram pictures. Y'all worried about this. Y'all worried about that. Y'all not practicing. Y'all not doing nothing. I shouldn't be teaching nobody. I am the champion. That's basically what she is. That's basically what she's on. Maybe. I ain't got time for this shit. I don't got time for this.
Speaking of wrestling schools, because I'm as I bring these ideas that I have in my head out loud, and people are like, "No, you old and stupid." I'd be like, "All right, whatever." Maybe instead of Danielson and Deeb being the AAA mixed tag champions, they just open up a wrestling school.
Need to do a wrestling school.
Teach these men, teach these women, teach anybody who wants to wrestle. Because I saw the video. Jade Cargill would go in there and wrestle with him in the ring, or at least take instruction from him in the ring to try and get better her craft. Like, he's wrestled in WWE, he's wrestled in R. He's been to a number of premier places, and not a lot of places that these new cats look up to. He's been at the top of that mountain. He's about to be at the top of that mountain again.
Has a wrestling school. Oh,
Dustin Rhodes,
people are
Brian Danielson and Serena Deeb open a Double D wrestling school. Teach these youngins that real rap before y'all are off this earth, so y'all know that it's a couple of them that still can pass the knowledge along. But
I can say, and I don't care for him sometimes, but even Booker T wrestling school is legit.
Shouts out to reality.
He has some great students.
The turnover rate is really. They got some real strong competitors.
Yeah.
Roxy's in NXT doing a thing right now amongst other people.
The gatekeeper of Texas. You got Mysterious Q. Like, it's great indie stars that came from training from Booker T. Like, Booker T got a good school.
I'm telling you, I say it all the time. They don't do house shows, so some of them new cats they have to practice wrestling at some point.
They don't do house shows because most of them do indie shit.
Even Liv Morgan got to go wrestle with Riddle before she wrestles Shayna Baszler. Like, at some point, one of these new cats got to take pointers from somebody before they get on TV or YouTube or whatever. Put your reps up.
But then at the same time, some of them have an ego that they don't want to do no indie stuff either. I ain't gonna say no names, but they know who they are.
And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. No, you're right about that.
I ain't gonna say no names, but they know who they are. They need to be in somebody indie. They need to do something. Damn. Because, relying on Wednesday and Saturday and Friday is not gonna get it. You need to be in somebody indie school, or you need to be in somebody booth. Penelope Ford was in somebody booth. Obviously, you can see it.
You can tell, and I think on any federation, you can tell when somebody's really working for them, when somebody's just coasting.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell. What?
I ain't gotta say no names. You can see it. You can see it. You can see, like, if you really pay attention, if you're not a promo person like me, and you really just pay attention to the in-ring stuff, you can tell who working and who not.
You know what's funny? Oh my God. Because you can tell who watches WWE and gets hype off promos.
Mm-hmm.
It's niggas that be so hype off. They be so hype off of Edge. Edge will have an amazing TV segment. And then you gotta watch the match. And you're like, he'll win the match. It's like, what was the point of that 20-minute segment I just saw?
Bro, I was at WrestleMania when he had the match with AJ Styles, and I sat there and I seen AJ Styles carry this man for 20 minutes.
Edge is a name.
Just for him to win off a fucking spear.
Edge is a name. When Keeks, and this ain't the WWE show, but when Peacock first happened, and whatever that pay-per-view, whatever that PLE was, Edge's face was prominent on that PLE. I said, oh, they just need Edge for the shows. And he'll wrestle the shows, he'll go to Raw, he'll do a segment, maybe have a match, but he's there for those shows. He ain't like Christian. He's really not like Christian.
Y'all, I say it all the time. If you go back and look at the tag matches with Edge and Christian, it's a reason why Christian had most of the ring time.
He was a worker.
He is a worker.
He's a worker. I was like, when Christian went solo, cut the hair, him and Randy Orton, that whole, oof, I love that. I was a SmackDown guy. I was watching that every week. That shit that's when I really started. I understood. I knew Edge because I saw the Brood. I didn't get into all that shit. I wasn't into all the Hardy shit, like whatever. When I got to see Christian solo after all that, I like that. I
oh my God.
I was gonna say I watched a couple of TNA shows because he was down there doing his damn thing as a solo guy. A shout to Christian.
Shout out to Christian. But so Y'all gotta show up for these ladies, man. No matter if you don't like it or if it's not, because the vibe that I get, and it's not even the fellas, it's some of the ladies that's supposed to be for women's wrestling. The vibe that y'all be giving me is if they are not in WWE, they don't matter. And that's not fair because some of these ladies in AEW, they are talented. Some of them, they just need a little bit of work. And some of them, they just like, I've had a personal conversation with one, and like she told me, she was just like, when you see all the time either content creators or the people on the timeline, all you see is negativity. So it kind of just be like, what's the point of working if folks gonna talk shit about us anyway?
That's a good point. I hate
that. That's the mindset they have in there. They just like, what's the point if they gonna talk shit about us anyway? What's the point if our demo's gonna always be low? Like, it's no point.
I a while ago.
That's why I'm doing this women business, because I'm trying. So
you need to. I applaud it because a while ago, when I was really day to day, like, all right, what's the content that's going up today and how people reacting? It's clear. TMZ's popping. Why? Because they show negativity and people react to it. Like, people are quick to spend the day talking about shit they hate. Queen Elizabeth died. Niggas you didn't know had Photoshop came out there. She was dunking on her with venom and all this shit was going on. They probably put the JR vocals and everything, but they won't spend time to hype up Big E's Our Heroes Rock or Willow Nightingale having a show on. Like, I see it, and I think it's because it's easier to hate than it is to show love. Yes. But it's just like, it's the same shit they say with voting. Oh, if you don't vote, you ain't got a voice. If you just spend your time watching Raw, watching Rampage, watching Dynamite, whatever, and that 2 hours you spend is more time with hate than like actually at least appreciating what the fuck you want to watch, you're wilding out. First of all, they let Lindsay whack for years, but
she's right.
But what I will say is this, and this is what, because I at Jersey till I die, I will stand for Liv being in this position. Why? At a certain point, just like when Sting was that super green, painted up baby face, he had to get in that ring and wrestle with Ric Flair. He had to get in that ring and do his reps. And at a certain point, because Sting wasn't the world champion early, it took some time. He had to work towards that. And maybe people think Liv got it too early, but Liv been there for a minute. The tat on the neck say 2017. Like, it's been a minute since she been in NXT and been through all this. This is her first title reign. She could suck. I may not like some of the promos. I may not like the way they were doing her, but
she sound like Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry.
They need a promo school over. I think, I don't know if there's somebody there that's really on that Dusty Rhodes tip. It sounded like when Dusty Rhodes had his promo school, he turned out a lot of really good promos. But regardless, like, if this is the way, if AEW is set up where you got to be Stokely and you got to have a bunch of goons behind you to make some of your future heels, your future TNT champions or what have you, future AEW tag team champion heel teams, whatever you want to be. At some point, they got to start out as being that goofy menace who's going to go out there and do a shitty job, and you're going to hate them. But at a certain point, maybe they'll get their Scissor Me Daddy, or they'll get their whatever the case may be to maybe. And if it don't work, it don't work. But they not signing people in the hopes that they don't work. They hope everybody works.
Yeah, and it's obvious that Tony Khan does listen to his fans, but if nobody's making no noise for some of these, the only people was making noise for because of the agenda I started, the Jade versus Chris. You Googles, because y'all know I started that shit first. I pushed it.
Keeks. So, I caught shit last year. You talk about lists at the top of the show. When we put they was mad that we had Jade Cargill as high as she was. I was in New York seeing the billboards and seeing the fucking posters in
They
the
was like, why
subway.
y'all got that green girl on? Because y'all
Jade,
saw the vision. Y'all saw the vision. I
it
did
was
too.
Jade. It was Kenny. It was like 3 or 4 faces always on them posters, and Jade was right there.
Yeah,
It was a given. It was a given. It's not my fault. Again, don't hate the play, hate the game. I'm just watching TV.
Yeah, and they also I want to add to women business. They are they did confirm that the AEW women's division is getting their own shows to kind of help this situation. So just be on the lookout for that. I don't Tony Khan talked about it on one of those media that they are working on a AEW women's division show. So that way it could catch more eyes, especially for the women that are supporters of women's wrestling. So that should help. I'm hoping it should help, but it won't matter if y'all don't show up for them. Like women can the women's division in WWE, AEW, Impact, they all can simultaneously be successful. It doesn't have to be just WWE women's division. It can be all of them. We got to get that lady curse from the how wrestling views women, because her spirit is still alive. Obviously, it's still alive, and we trying to break it. We trying to break that curse. You know what I'm saying? So
it'd be more women's storylines that I like than men's.
There you go.
At least on some of the bigger shows, but again, I think it's a matter of what are you watching pro wrestling for, and hopefully, and I don't want to. I respect anybody's urges. So if you're watching pro, and I'm be frank, if you watching pro wrestling, like, yo, she look good, I respect that. Also, make sure you're watching the match. Say, yo, that headlock was nice. Yeah. Yo, that suplex she did. Yo, she really snapped that motherfucker. Like you just like All Elite with Keeks, Public Enemies, Black Wrestling, any of these outlets, we're only as real as y'all make us.
Yes.
As much, I'll tell you this: 5 years strong. This, as long as I'm on this earth, when Thursday happens, I'm be on YouTube. It's just something with me, and I'll continue to be there. But I can only be on YouTube so long, especially if nobody's saying, because I can't get off of YouTube if y'all ain't saying, hey, check out my man's, he on YouTube every Thursday. Check out Keeks. She be on the Public Enemies YouTube Mondays or Tuesdays, depending on if it's live or not. Like at a certain point, we gotta just y'all make them Panda Dunks hot. Y'all made Ice Spice hot. Y'all make any of that shit hot.
Talk, Cal.
Make Willow Nightingale hot.
Yes.
Make Kiera Hogan hot. Make Tony Storm hot. We could do it.
Yes.
Y'all made what's the chick? They don't even put her on NXT no more. The one that she was gonna make her finishing move.
You talking about Mega the Stallion?
Yeah, she was gonna make her move something with cakes, and then she had the MAGA raps, and then you don't see her no more. Support Last Legend. This
yes, please. Like y'all don't come through for Lash Legend like y'all need to, man. I don't like it. I don't even watch NXT, but I don't like what I be seeing. And
I don't want to be mean. And I love Bianca Belair. Come for these other women like y'all come for Bianca Belair. If One Hundy is your favorite pro wrestler, you better make a One Hundy shirt. You better have a One Hundy post. Like you got the at a certain point. Look, they made a Black Panther 2 because niggas went to go out and see Black Panther 1. Y'all make it so they make it so they can't avoid what's going on.
Mega
Minaj is crazy.
Yes, we gotta support the women, not just in WWE, not in just AEW. Luchadora should be all up and down the PWI 500 for that if that's where they're going by. You know what I'm saying? We got to pull through for the women.
Word.
Now, let's move on. Cal, please state your wrestler of the week.
Oh, you mean upcoming 7-time world champion, upcoming AEW world champion, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. I mean, look at that goat. Look at that goat. His foot. I will say this. His foot. I'm concerned. I don't know if I've heard anything since that match. MJF. I'm concerned. He might take the belt. If I could get Danielson with the title, I may have to go on eBay and find me a Yes shirt because oh my, put a title in his hand right now. Oh my God,
Graham, can you play the Mr. Clark video real quick? Cause yeah, play it.
You think you can control these young niggas?
And look, I'm an old ass man. I'm an old ass wrestling fan. I'm an old ass black wrestling fan. It's only been so many days in my life as an old ass black wrestler.
She's not signed with AEW. You can't say that.
Yeah, she wild. I've only got to see what I want ever so often. God damn it. I hate this man. And I was upset when Ultimate Warrior beat this man. And I will sit there all night on a Sunday night. I will never get what I want. This Wednesday night, Bryan Danielson.
You got what you want Wednesday when he beat my.
He need to lead that motherfucker.
Go.
He need to leave Arthur Ashe with the title. Fuck MJ. MJF better cash in and he be like, and then put that motherfucking LaBelle lock. Crank that shit. I know you listening, Tony Khan. I know you listening to the show on your burner. May you please give Cal what he wants, please. Yeah, Tony Khan.
G1. You don't have to make him have the title up until G1. You ain't got to do that.
No, think about Tony. All right, if you watch it, Tony.
What you about to say? Think of the children.
No, I was going to say something else. I was going to go deep with it, but I can't.
Think of the children.
I can't go too deep with how much I've been studying Tony Khan. But Tony, think of how much better that AEW World Championship going to look being paraded around different blocks at the G1. Come on, man. Come on. With the GOAT. Come on.
Oh, my God.
Come
my
on.
wrestler of the week. Actually, wrestlers. They are tag team. My wrestlers of the week, because it's Hispanic Heritage Month, is the Lucha Brothers.
Yes.
They put on a banger. That man Pizza said, yeah, look at them. And they are at their store. By the way, if you're in Cali, make sure you go to Republic of Lucha. They have some great stuff. That shit expensive too.
You been there?
I haven't been, but I heard they getting another store out here in Texas, but I don't know what part. And then I also heard that they probably opening one more in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's smart. Republic of Lucha?
Listen. Like I say, Lucha Brothers are wrestling for fun at this point. Them niggas, they got the cheddar. Okay, they're entrepreneurs. Okay, they got the cheddar.
I could buy stuff online?
Yeah, you can buy it online.
Oh, it's a wrap.
Republic of Lucha, like they sell their masks. Like they sell masks. They got jackets, custom jackets. That shit hot though. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Them masks is definitely these shirts ain't bad. $30 shirt ain't bad.
It's real. It's real shit. It ain't that fake shit. They selling that real shit.
They got a wallet that's almost $400.
That one, that's that real shit over there. That shit expensive, but niggas is buying. They bang.
Yo, these masks are. I'm sorry, these masks. They got a lot of masks. They got at least 3. They got a La Parka Jew. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit, the real shit over there. And then that
autograph.
The Lucha Brothers, the jackets, them the ones that be selling out all the time. That shit high as fuck too.
I need a shirt.
Because I want one. I'm gonna get one of these days. I'll wait. Wait on like my income tax or something. They charging that shit like it's Gucci, but I respect it though.
Hey, West Side Guns.
They buying it. Folks is buying it though.
Y'all want me to tell them to make it who? Stan? We're gonna get Stan to be look. Soon. We'll talk to Stan soon. I don't know if he's gonna be a Black Wrestler of the Week, but soon. I met Stan. He twist nigga arms, start swinging it, singing it. I know Stan. Soon. I'm sorry. I don't want to derail the show.
Lucha Republic better than they are. That shit the real shit over there. I'm gonna visit the store one of these days. I want to visit the store. Like I don't even want to buy them. I just want to visit it. It got a lot of artifacts. It's a bunch of history there, and I think they probably one of the only ones they got something of El Santos. That's they're not selling it, but it's like a collection or something like
stuff
that.
I would look going through the products. It's a lot of it sold out, but they had a lot of art and shit. It's a lot of like frame photos. So if you go to republicoflucha.com, they got and just hit products. They got a lot of stuff, wallets and everything. Yeah.
And then they started doing their own shows too. They have their own indie shows, and they be booking black folks. I'm telling you, black folk, y'all better be like Willie Mack. Don't say no to that.
Facts. Willie Mack smart.
They like black people down there, especially in the ring. So y'all better. Dante gonna be down there soon. Probably Swerve too.
Yeah.
Be nice, Cal.
They say nothing. He probably would be down there. You right. No, you right. Right.
All right, we gonna get to the Goofy of the Week. Put the poll up, Graham. I did the poll on Twitter, and the fans have decided on the Goofy of the Week. Put it up there, Graham, so they can see the tally.
It ain't who you wanted it to be. I know that much. Because she was on Twitter campaigning.
I was
vote for this man so I can yell at Cal.
Nope, and only one person did. Okay, we had Danielson for winning. It was only 9%. Y'all are haters. I hate y'all. FTR for being rats. If y'all want to know why I said that, because FTR has been feeding Dirt Sheets shit for the past 2 weeks. It's been them. Number 3 was the Dirt Sheets because of that shit with Malachi Black. That was not cool. If he told y'all not to just, air that shit out, why would y'all air that shit out? Wow. Dirt Sheets was up there. Then you got Disco Inferno, lame ass. He been getting on my nerves, so that's why I put him on there.
What he do? I am not familiar with what Disco Inferno did.
Disco Inferno just be tweeting shit, and then starting like he had a whole argument with Taz about weight. And then he fucking Eddie Kingston had to cuss him out. Like, Disco Inferno just annoying. So everybody picked Disco Inferno because he fucking annoying. He think that he that nigga or something like that. Dancing ass nigga. Goofy ass. Look at him.
Fake ass soprano. Jesus. Phony soprano. Get out of here. Get out of here.
So congrats to Disco Inferno. You are the Goofy of the Week because you goofy as hell.
Goofy.
Goofy.
That's what I've heard anyway. He's on a podcast too, though, right?
Yeah,
him and Conan?
Something like that.
Conan, I don't listen.
Conan talk too much.
He always has, though.
Everybody was not supposed to know that Kenny Omega is suspended up until November. I'm pretty sure TK was just like, nigga, I did not tell you to say that. Why would you just say that? Now everybody knows.
November?
Yeah. Them and the Young Bucks. So now everybody know because fucking Conan said something.
November is crazy.
Yeah.
CM Punk too?
No, we haven't. We don't know.
We don't know if CM Punk there or gone.
They not trying to. That nigga, he quick to. I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you for everything you have. So they
he just tweet. Well, the one thing I did see, I will say, was that they were talking about everybody. They specifically said, CM Punk was talking to his legal team. I said, whatever dirt she wrote, I said, it's serious.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was serious when TNT had to step in.
They said HR, right?
Yeah, TNT stepped in because they heard a lawsuit. They was like, oh, no, we about to investigate this because nobody ain't who.
Lawsuit on who? He's not posted. His last post was in June.
Yeah, that's like TNT had to step in there. They was like, all right, we about to investigate because this nigga is talking about a lawsuit.
CM Punk not going?
Damn. And I think because if they was to fire him, CM Punk would draw that fucking lawsuit.
That's
So they stuck. So it's just like, okay, let's just.
But what looks better? Like, you don't think it looked like? All right, should Tony Khan put his foot down and be like, "Yo, you gotta go"? That don't look weird.
I mean, he in a tough spot. It's like his contract is not up until like another 2 or 3 years. I can't just fire him. He's gonna end up, suing us because he is injured. You can't fire him while he's injured. That's another thing.
That's what fucked it up. No, the injury fucked it up.
He's injured, so it's just like I can't fire him while he's injured because then he really gonna sue me.
I don't think the Bucks going to. I think the thing is. I think just like Keeks laid out. I think the whole situation was. And this is again, like I said earlier, they didn't need CM Punk, and this is clear. Jericho was enough star for them, and he did what he needed to do when AEW first started. When you get to someone, a star,
2 weeks in a row without him,
a star, the caliber of CM Punk, it comes with clauses in contracts and talking to legal if something happens, and trying to figure out extra strategies. Like if it was just a steal, he would have been out the next day. Mm-hmm. But they got to figure, because you got to figure out if they're not firing him, they have to figure out the best way to calm the fire. Because at a certain point, people are going to ask, well, what the fuck is happening to him? Oh, he's still here. Why? They got to have a good reason. They got to have a good understanding, even if it's just injuries plus the legal bonding, because that was Rey Mysterio in the WWE a while ago. He was injured and they kept delaying it because they didn't want to let him go. So he was on contract. It may have been another year. I don't remember the time frame, but
I forgot too, but yeah.
Way too long than it needed to be because they wanted to release him, but he was injured, so they couldn't. Yeah. So that it wasn't that legal stuff can hurt, but if Punk was the first one to swing on an EVP, that may supersede anything else that's going on. But I can if the issue is contracts and legalities with people being injured under that shit, I can understand it. But
he got injured in the match. It wasn't because of the fight. But the thing is like
that's whole shit.
It's looking more like he swung first.
You think he did it on purpose because he was injured?
Probably so.
He felt he could get that off because he was injured and had a back. I'm not saying that's what it is, but like a conspiracy theory could be, well, I'm fucked up. If I swing, I could just say, oh, my bicep, and get 6 months. I don't know how deep into the legal game he is, but there's people that have that mindset.
Yeah. And he looked like he won them. And it's crazy because now that I've known that Adam Page was on some, I don't give a fuck who he is, I don't have to apologize to that man, that made me like him even more because I felt that. Like, who the fuck is he supposed to be? That ain't my daddy. I don't care.
At a certain point,
I'm a man. Like, I don't have to apologize to him. I mean, I said what I said. He gonna have to get over it.
I've been around for a bit. You've been. If some 14-year-old right now was like, look, fuck black wrestling, fuck cat. I'm the one. My view, and they was on point. I got. You got to take that. You can't always be the person on top of the mountain, and you got to know that at some point someone's going to be gunning for you, and they're not going to care that you sat crisscross applesauce and you cut a pipe bomb promo, or you put the title in the freezer, or you was this god in ROH to the point where they bringing out your old theme music and referencing these old storylines. Like, I've lived through it because the kids that are fucking rapping right now, they don't care about nothing that I grew up on. y'all old niggas and y'all bullshit rap. Like you, at a certain point, you got to go to the side. Maybe this is Punk realizing that he got to sit down.
What it is I feel like he probably thought, I'm joining this company. They're gonna really need me, but in actuality, it's not just you. They are fans of Kenny. They are fans of Adam Page. They are fans of Darby Allin. It's not just you. They was doing fine without you.
Great.
And obviously they are still doing fine without you. So a man like CM Punk, I'm pretty sure it injures his ego. It fucks him up. Like, damn, okay, I thought if I came back, I would be the one, or they're gonna rely on me, or I'm gonna be. No, it's a team effort. We have a lot of people back there. We got Jericho back there. We got Christian back there. We got Danielson back there. We got Moxley back there. Like, we fucking Matt Hardy. We got, you know what I'm saying? It's different people that contributes to the newer generation. And then on top of that, you wrestling against wrestlers that are actually good. And then you're, you know what I'm saying? He sees that.
He knew. No, he knows. He knows
that, and it fucks him up. Like, damn.
When he had that match with Dax Harwood, and when I saw that, I think this man's good, and I'm old, because this man is good, and I can go with him, but I can't wrestle next week. I can't wrestle tomorrow.
That man botched the buckshot twice.
It's one of these days, Keeks, you should have a conversation about a real report card on the year of Punk. Because
the man beat Penta. Penta carried him.
Penta carried the fuck out that match.
Carried the fuck out of CM Punk.
I felt bad because I was like, I do not want to watch this match. But Penta made that man look like he could still wrestle.
He carried the hell. Like, y'all, if y'all go back and watch Penta versus CM Punk, just pay attention to Penta. Penta's probably one of the safe, like they say, it was one of the safest workers there. Just watch Penta. Penta had to make sure he fell this way, or he had to make sure he did it this way. Like, he carried the fuck out this man.
And the thing is, no, but I'm gonna say this though, Keeks, because I know the thing is people will call me a hater, and I'm gonna say this.
Even Lee did too. Everybody carried Punk. I'm sorry.
You can't tell me that you watch Penta and Punk and you're like, yo, Penta still or Punk still got it.
You can't.
It's no way. You can't look at that match and be like, I don't want to say this isn't the same CM Punk, but you can tell either he needed more time or pro wrestling. I was going to say pro wrestling has really gotten advanced, and he's been at home acting MMA. He ain't been actively pro wrestling for a minute. In a year, at the level that your Kennys and your Bucks and your Pentas and your Dwayne, everybody, at a certain point, they're wrestling circles around this man. I can see it in the ring, but when I say it, I'm a hater. So I shut the fuck up and I waited for this. I waited for a situation where this man is stuffing muffin in his mouth and just be, I work with fucking children. Like, yes, Punk, I understand it. I get it. But what you're realizing is a lot different than what you're trying to sell in terms of being a pro wrestler. In AEW, where Darby Allin is literally doing coffin drops until he drops into a coffin. Like, the game is that was a bar. The game is past you. The game is and it's no disrespect because he's got the legacies. He's already goated. But you can't build on it if you can't build on it. It just is what it is.
Y'all won.
Slay showing out. He on Jefferson ass this son. He's on Jefferson ass.
Talk to him. Talk to him. They can't handle him.
He can't Slay. Slay got 2 interceptions on Jefferson.
Eagles is back.
Okay. Oh my God. Please don't.
Let's see if you can get them in a session on a quality quarter.
Oh, no, don't you start, Tom Brady.
Oh, it's still 7 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, she basically saying they won the game, so she ain't got to watch it no more.
Wait, the thing is, the Eagles got 17 points in the second quarter, but they ain't scored since. Nobody scored since. It's been the same score since halftime.
She swear they're going to the Super Bowl. Whatever.
Hey, they get that first week win. I watch all the Philly stations. If they win tonight, it's gonna be a problem tomorrow. I already know it.
Before we close out the show, because when me and Cal on, we ain't no time limit, so I don't even care about the time.
My fault.
I just want to say though, I knew that man was gonna be a menace the moment that he kind of aired out that Danielson was coming to AEW. Like, why would you do something like that? You remember he did that shit?
It was like a week before or something. Yeah.
Yes. Like, yeah. I'm like, all right. He trying to take that pop moment. All right. I see how he's moving.
He was trying to be cool.
I was like, okay, some things don't change. All right.
Well, what from after all the, I'm glad we were able to talk and got a little bit of this out. Because I was doing research, and it seems like, from what I was listening to, because I heard like a 30-minute Meltzer and Alvarez conversation where they were kind of trying to explain how they didn't do shit, but also they kind of let a couple things go. And I forgot that, and I don't know how real this is, but from what I understand, if Tony Khan wanted, if he could have, he would have started with CM Punk. It sounds like CM Punk was I don't want to say like, he's not a pillar, he's like a foundation. And I think that's kind of why that MJF angle was what it was, because they were so quick to. I didn't watch a lot of ROH. Mm-hmm. So when I sat, why is this song playing? Why is he wearing this? Why did he say that? There's a whole storyline going on. I think what CM Punk is as a wrestler is in the DNA of what AEW is, but it don't start or end with him. It started before CM Punk, and it ends after what's going on right now. Like he's an important part, but he's not the only part, and that's why Chris Jericho, being who he was, already wrestling Kenny Omega, already being an indie darling, already having a animosity with he was a perfect
champions coming up there.
If you couldn't start with CM Punk, you start with Chris Jericho. He was and I think Chris Jericho kind of worked better.
I never did.
Again, when that night when everybody was hyped for him being in the United Center and the ice cream bars, I understood it and I let people have their moment. But the question was then, because he's got to wrestle, he's got to talk, he's got to keep up with these people. And as you can see, even if everything we saw isn't true, where there's smoke, there's fire. He has some type of beef with somebody. These other people, at the very least, felt the type of way about what he was saying, to the point where there was an altercation to the point we don't see nobody. Something happened. Something went down, and I don't think you can escape that without him. Did they need to have these conversations about, what's going on back? 3 weeks before this happened, we got to have a sit down with the backstage, and Kenny Omega got to talk. And people being weird. How much of this was about CM Punk?
Listen, Jericho told Tony Khan probably like 4 times. He said, "Are you sure?" And also pay attention why Jericho never really was around him in AEW or had any type of segments with him. Only when they did commentating together, but even that was awkward because Jericho probably knew, hey, are you sure you want him here? Because I work with that man. I know what he's like. Christian too. Matt Hardy chose a side. That was obvious.
Now I think that I would not. Tony Khan was probably like, yo, I got this. Because he was stuck to that man like glue.
Yeah, like I believe that he has changed. He wants the redemption. He wants to show that he's this just for, he saw who he truly was, what the OGs was trying to tell him. Sometimes it takes that. You know, you got to learn the hard way.
Right.
And that's what he ended up doing. Vince probably was like, no, Trips probably sent Tony that text. I told you.
I told you. You see, how you feeling? They probably had it probably wasn't long. Tony was like, yeah, I get it now.
I get it. But how did y'all handle this?
He probably had one question about some legal paperwork shit, and then they text ever since. Not since Labor Day.
Trips and Tony are not texting. You can tell that there is some communication going on. They communicating.
I don't like growing up. The animosity, at least the way it seemed between Vince and Ted Turner, was real. I think Triple H not being McMahon bloodline and Tony Khan kind of being. He probably has a couple of favorite Triple H matches. I think they probably have a really interesting, probably more interesting than people realize. But
because they've been in too many places at one time together.
But they also know, like, motherfucker, you put on how many shows during Labor Day? You notice my weekend, bitch. A whole NXT Worlds Collide, ho. Like, there's probably some shit
my
going
shit
on.
was a t-shirt company, ho.
At the end of the pay-per-view, Tony Khan like, fuck you, bitch. And Triple H's like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah.
Is that what we doing, bet? I'm pretty sure TK, I told you. Told you not to hire him. Told you. I told you. And that's Phil. That's what we dealt with. That's Phil.
Been there.
Chris Jericho probably like.
Tried to tell you. Remember I tried to tell you.
I told you 4 times.
It was a Tuesday afternoon. I showed you the tweet.
Because I remember the story that Jericho said that CM Punk had a problem with his promo for that Money in the Bank when he said, "Look at me when I'm talking to you, boy." That's one of my promos that Jericho has done. When Jericho had to let it be known who he was.
Right.
And he said that CM Punk had a problem with that promo.
Of course. CM Punk, there's a number of them. The students of Bret Hart. It should be getting real.
Student?
Huh?
But is he a student?
I think CM Punk will let you know that he was a Bret Hart student now. If you look at a lot,
I ain't see it then.
Not that, but if you look at a lot of those matches now, it's a lot of Bret Hart. It's a lot of that era in there, but you got to look at who he's dancing with. But either way, that's the thing you say now because AEW's a lot of Bret Hart guys. I feel like Tony Khan's a Bret Hart guy. I feel like they probably felt the way when Bret Hart was in the crowd at Clash at the Castle.
Well, that's because Bret's still in that Legends contract.
Yeah, No, trust me. Bret, I know Bret no. He smoked him an L. So let me go down to Cardiff, get my little FaceTime, get back in the whip, go to the fuck Nando's. Where the fuck they get the chicken at out there?
I don't know. CM Punk fans, I'm praying for y'all though, because a lot of them was hurt. They was hurt by it. Some of them was disappointed, and then some of them was trying to find excuses. So I'm like, you can't find no excuse to that shit because this is the second time, bro.
You should have known
this is the second fucking time. Like,
right was on the wall.
It was on the wall. Sorry, he's just one of those that he gotta heal. He gotta figure out what's really wrong with him, and he hasn't obviously let go of that anger that he had against Vince. Even though Vince is getting his karma, it's still not, I guess, it's still not pleasing enough to him. So he's still holding on to it. So
he better not have fucked up what this situation was though, because they loved him over there.
Yeah,
he could have been eating fat. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have been living out there for a minute.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So all of this, what I've been seeing, talking about his run. At what run? He won every single match since he's been there. Against
his run.
Talent over there.
His run is funny. Anyway,
nigga, you beat Penta. Like I don't want to hear nothing about.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You put on great matches with great wrestlers. Like it wasn't like what he was doing in WWE at all. But
right. So But that's enough from All Elite with Keeks. I love always having Cal on here. Cal had the flicks because his wrestler won, and I'm not giving the bubbly part 2.
Wait, Keeks, if Danielson wins this week, what you gonna drop a tweet? Cal told me so.
Yes, I will do Cal. So, all right, y'all, it's on record. If Danielson win, I will tweet Cal told you so. Okay.
Even if he loses the title to MJF, you'll still have the tweet.
No.
Fuck.
I'm gonna laugh.
Right.
I'm gonna
MJF,
like, I'm gonna say, Cal, I told you so.
Yeah, I'll take that. I would take that. I would do the Rock clapping gif. I got a feeling, I wouldn't be surprised, but I need Danielson. I need one Danielson AEW World Championship on the shoulder promo. You see the shit I built? These punk ass motherfuckers. They wouldn't be if I wasn't doing this shit, they wouldn't even fucking be here. I'm the GOAT, bitch. Why are you saying yes? It's because of me, ho.
I feel like Adam Cole will come out of nowhere for some reason.
Is he?
Oh yeah, I don't think he's clear yet.
I've heard that he was injured. I heard he was injured for a bit.
Yeah, he's still injured. Yeah.
He better not. Danielson come around, hit that little belt lock, tune you niggas up.
You ain't no Adam Cole, baby.
Attitude adjustment. Yeah, nah, fuck that baby shit. Yeah, you be up in traction, ho.
What's your beef? What's wrong with Adam Cole, baby?
That people thought I had an issue with Adam Cole, so I kind of just started trolling people, and then we added Drip, and Drip's a big Undisputed Era fan, so I can't. I mean, I don't like Adam Cole, but I can't.
Kyle hurt too. He had surgery too.
Who?
Kyle.
Yeah, I heard the whole team is, but that's why Bobby Fish tweeted. He ain't got nothing else to do.
Bobby Fish did. He want to go back to the E. He's like, I want to go. I will do whatever Triple H tell me what to do.
Get me.
No digging like that ever.
Well, Bobby Fish was the third man on the team. Like they're after Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. They're not looking for him. If he's not with them, they may not know who he is.
Like, why is you doing all of that? Why is you acting like that, Bobby? You the same age as him.
When Punk threw that kick and hurt himself, and Bobby Fish was like, "Look at this punk ass kick that he did on this show."
Bro, I said the same thing. I'm like, how you hurt yourself doing that? But
I don't know what to tell you.
Adam Page, I ain't apologizing to shit.
Nah.
And they told him you gonna have to lose. All right. For real, it was like, all right, shit, because I'm not apologizing to that man. That man ain't my daddy.
He said, fuck that man. I'm going to take this L. I'm going to walk out with my head high.
He said, just because I'm a teacher, I ain't no hoe. So I don't have to apologize to him. He'll be all right.
Facts. Big facts. Super facts.
But that's enough of All Elite with Keith's Play My Getaway, Graham, so we can head up out of y'all.
Facts.
Did he fall asleep?
Graham went outside to smoke an L. We was talking too long.
No, I'm good. I was actually trying to send something in the chat, but it's all good.
That's all, Graham. I know how it be. You be backstage just a bitch.
You've mentioned a couple names recently. Who were they?
Listen, man. They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.